Okay, so what we're doing this week too, we did the ankle things, right? So, and this is more of a, you get a really good workout over there.
Yeah.
And this is more motor skills focused. The workout part of it is, it just depends on how long you want to sustain something. But it's more of a ski lesson, okay? And working movement into that. So when we just tip your feet back and forth, what we did first was we learned how to control the edge angles of our skis. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of power this year.
Yeah.
Okay? So swinging the toes back and forth is a steering control. But if you just keep your toes pointed straight in the air, you know, like put your fingers over the top and try to turn your feet without the toes moving to the side. Okay, that's a motor skill for just edging. Okay, so if we can control that edge angle of the ski in the powder and the groomed snow, right? And then we can finish the turn by steering the lower leg and the feet. Okay, and then we can manage pressure. Okay, there's three fundamentals by how we do this, and then we rock back and forth, right?
Do you rock your feet back and forth when you're just skiing down?
It tactically, yeah. Most of the time, it's very, very fine and not a lot. But there's always times where you need to engage the tip of your ski because terrain moves and everything changes. So we have to have that intelligence to work them independently. And when I finish in a turn, I'm definitely pulling hard on the inside foot, pulling that up, steering that around. Okay, so there's definitely that flexion up.
You're talking about the uphill ski.
Yeah. So definitely pulling that up. And then as I press it, I'm rolling, and a lot of the extension is in that tipping of the foot, okay? But it all has to work in time and coordination with the other foot, so we always keep the edge angles matched. Okay, skis deflect the same and all that. So what we're doing this week is we're gonna work on kind of the focus is going to be on the flexion and extension part. Okay, so the ankles, knees, we're going to go off with the legs pretty much and do skier squat stuff. But I kind of want to stretch out a little bit. So we're going to stretch the leg stuff just with the forward bend. And in my stretching, I tend not to sit still. I think I'm a little OCD or hyperactive. So it's rocking the knees. If you shorten your legs, I'm kind of walking this out and just explore the stretch all the way up into the hip. Okay, and the motor ski movement part of this is if you take a look up and see how my body's positioned right now. As I'm doing this, walking my knees back and forth, I have equal pressure on my heel and my big toe edge of the foot on the straight leg. And you can see my feet are tipped as if I'm in a right turn. Okay, nice. And then I have equal pressure on the pinky toe and the heel of my bent knee. And you can see my shoulder is forward with that too, right? Okay, so if we're in a ski turn, would that make sense? Then I'm going to be shoulder forward. Okay, so as I do these stretches back and forth and find my stretch of my body, I want to keep that alignments going with the leading shoulder and find your stretch deeper and deeper by tipping your feet. And you can even pull your shoulder down, the right shoulder, the shoulder with the bent knee, you can pull it down. And then do the other side. straight. Stretch it down. Bend the right knee. Tip your edges, so you're on your edges. Reach across to your left leg. Left leg, yeah.
Whoa. Oh.
There you
Sorry.
go.
What am I
That's
doing?
okay.
Yep.
So the left leg is straight,
Yeah.
the right leg is bent. Okay, and you're pulling the stretch, and now straighten, slowly straighten the right leg while you're hanging on to your leg. Hang on to your left leg with your right arm. There you go. Straighten the right. Okay, let it go straight. So again, come back to the straight, hang it down. Okay, bend your right knee, let your right shoulder move forward, reach across to your right leg. There you go, Pat. Okay, so my right leg is straight.
Oh, my right leg is straight.
Yep, but the left knee is bent. Okay, and then I'm pulling and stretching. There you go. Okay, now slowly straighten the left leg. No, keep hanging on. Keep hanging on. Slowly straighten the left leg. Oh, feel that stretch in the hip? There you go. Nice. Okay, just that's kind of a backside, side stretch with the focus of motor skiing. Okay, so that's what I've always done. I'm always tipping my feet and I'm always stretching in some sort of alignment. It's an exaggerated position of skiing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, oh, that feels so good. Okay, so there's also this one here too. Okay, we go wide leg. This is kind of a yoga wide leg forward bend. Okay, guess what we're going to do? We're going to tip our feet. As we bend down, we're going to tip feet to the left and bend the left knee. There you go, nice. Yep.
Yeah, my other left.
Yep. And then tip the feet to the right and bend the right knee. Okay, make sure you feel your transfer weight go right through your arch so the heel has pressure, both feet. And then back to the left. And stretch. And we're moving right through the arch. Okay, shift your weight to your heels a little bit and roll through your heels now. Feel that slight little difference. Your toes can almost be pulled up off the mat. Okay, and then back to the left. And you can go deeper and deeper as you want, always keeping your knees back. If you're rolling your weight through the arches, you won't have your knee too far forward. Which that can tend to create trouble. So, yeah, nice. It almost feels like a speed skater stance. Rolling the feet. Okay, now a few more. Take a little rest, kick that up a little bit, because that is a little bit of work. Okay, so same thing, a few more times, but I want you to initiate the movement with your feet. Okay, a lot of times in the ski lesson they'll say we'll start with your feet. So as I'm moving, the first thing is going to be the feet. Okay, and then as I go deeper, so my upper body won't go anywhere. If you can see that, you see how when my feet go, my upper body is later. Okay. Tip the feet, and then the upper body will go. Yep. And tip. And cool. Good. Stretching the inside with some function and with a skiing. Lifting the feet. Okay? It will change you. It's changed me. Okay? Let's see. There's a lunge to get kind of the front side. There's different ways of low lunge. In yoga, it's like a crescent lunge, but what I'm working at, we're trying to find is that front side of the hip. Yeah, I like it. Your knees are all straight up and down. That's good. Drawing the belly in and stretching the upper body as well. And then mess around and think about where your weight is on your, are you leaning and depending on the outside of the foot? Or pulling to the inside? Or are you centered on it? And play with each. Pull to the inside, rotate both legs in. Stretch
Do you try to rotate your back foot too as you're doing that, or do you keep your back foot
Yeah,
stable?
it's really a hard thing to sense that you're turning your back femur in, but yeah, for sure. Out of that slow. My hips make me do it slow. I get into those stretches and it's like, okay, come on. Okay, so I'm drawing the belly in rather than letting the back arch. I don't want to let the back arch. Draw the belly in and then get your stretch from there. And pulling the legs in. I think my pressure is dominant on the big toe side. I really like that part of the stretch. It's also good to drop it out and get deeper in. And if you want to go through the body and do a little yoga, reach first forward and up before you go back. And there's a balance component. 1%. Kind of good.
That does feel good. Just slowly move things back.
Say again, Holly?
I have to slowly move things back.
Yes.
You know, it's
Right?
like, I don't move as quick. It's like,
I think that's a safe move. And you hit that stretch here again. So draw the belly in, make sure you stretch out forward before you go back. And mess around with the front leg. And out. I really like that move back and forth with the extreme of that stretch. It's good on the rotation ability. Did you see that? So as we're at the extreme of the stretch, moving this back and forth, that is a function of turning our ski. And I'm rolling right through the center of the arch with my front foot. Skier squats. You just had a hard workout, didn't you?
yeah. But my balance is terrible, so just standing for me sometimes is a challenge.
Yeah. Standing with the eyes closed
Yeah.
and with your feet close together,
That's a challenge.
it is, right? That, okay, so let's do a few skier squats. All my system is off. I don't have my clock counter going. Where I'm at for time. The skier squats, and what we're going to focus on is the pressure and control and the timing of turn phase. We did some of these before. before, but this is probably one of the most important things for skiing is to time when you're turning your pressure over to the other side. Is it helpful for me
Yes,
to
yes. Yeah.
turn the way you guys are?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good visual.
Yeah, so hands kind of forward and feet underneath the hips. And as we come down, remember coming down, it's to finish the turn. Most of our weight is on the left, right leg and the big toe edge, so you can see the feet are turning up. Okay? And through that coming down process, at the end of it, I'm starting to shift my weight to the other side. Now I'm getting all my strength and pressure over here as I rotate and come up to straight. So the feet should be pointing straight by the time the legs are mostly straight. And then you stay on the left foot as you're tipping, and coming down, okay? All while your right balanced to the arches, okay? Then my weight starts to shift over to this side here, and I'm extending, gripping the glutes, up. By the time I'm straight, my feet are extended, my feet are straight, and I continue that down with my weight still on the right leg. As I finish the bottom, I start switching my weight over to the small toe edge of the left leg, here, extending, and staying on that leg as I tip, and I'm on the big toe edge, inside, down. As I finish that going down, I'm moving my weight to the right side, uphill ski, and rotating, finding balance. And hey, keep that going for a bit. I'm going to take a peek at y'all, making sure the feet are parallel as you're going. On the inside, down on the right leg still, stay balanced on the right leg, nice. Okay, shifting your weight to the left leg, rotating, nice. Keep the heels down, nice, good.
In your opinion, what, with your boots and stuff, they're huge. Your fit and everything is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Bring your feet a little closer together, Holly. There you go. Okay, and see if you can steer your feet from there. Turn your feet further left. Okay, as you go, there you go. Get that turn in there. Okay, now you're pressing on the left edge as you steer your feet. There you go. And stay on that left foot. Balance on the left foot. And steer those, and make sure you finish steering those feet. Okay? Yeah. Balance on the right. And as you pressure and come up, you're steering at the same time. Nice. Keeping both heels on the ground. Nice, and transfer weight. Well done. Onto the left and rotate. Good. Okay, take a break. Take just a little rest.
I did like a 100
Oh, you did in the class prior?
Oh,
Yeah. So these you don't have to go down as far. You know, whatever feels like you feel like the energy to work. You know, if you come down further, it's going to be a little bit more work. Okay. So what I want to do, and I saw an opportunity, is to change the focus to the groin muscle. Okay, because as I grip this groin, if you just take and put your hand on your groin there, and then grip that muscle, it really helps turning the leg. Okay, can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that muscle in there could be ignored with trying to turn the leg. So that's going to be the focus on these next sets of these. Okay, is as I'm coming down. Okay, I'm turning, I'm gripping, I'm turning, I'm gripping. It's this inside muscle I'm staying on. And it helps me find that balance. So as I move up and I pressure this, I'm gonna be taking and gripping all this outside stuff, but this groin is gonna drive and drive and drive. Okay, and keep driving as I go back down. Okay, let's all catch up on the same direction. Let's speak this as we go. Okay, we're all going left.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going left. We shift our weight over to the outside. You can feel all this get tight and tense. Go really slow with me. And then as you start to extend, take this groin muscle. Turn your mind into it. And that's going to help you turn that leg. And by the time you're straight up, or by the time you're tall, your feet are forward. And then keep using that groin muscle to turn that knee underneath you. Transfer your weight over to the outside of this and just apply the groin muscle to turn. Transfer weight to the left, groin muscle, turn. Transfer weight to the right, groin muscle, turn. Transfer weight to the left, groin muscle, turn. Stand on that leg. Transfer to the right, groin muscle, turn. Stand on that right leg. Transfer to the left, groin muscle, turn. Stay on that right leg, left leg. Transfer to the right. You guys still with me?
Yep.
I need a mirror.
You don't know what we're
Do
doing.
we have a mirror? And we're doing. Okay? Keep going. Keep that heel down. See if you can make adjustments to your stance to keep your left heel down.
Okay.
Okay?
Can't go down as far.
Right. That's okay. I'd rather you not go down this far. Okay, so coming up, rotating, and down. Okay? Try to make those nice. Make the adjustments to keep that heel down. Nice. Good fix. Okay, feet closer. Keep those feet. They're slipping out on you. Right. Spin that leg. So our opportunity, Anna, is
Yep.
when we come up, is to try to get that leg to spin
Okay.
on the floor while you're coming up all at the same time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay? Fire that muscle. Are your socks kind of Ricky? No, they're good. Okay.
It just might be.
Okay. So spin that leg.
Geez, my legs are tired doing this.
Right?
What's it gonna be like when I ski?
Okay, so let's play with this with the legs straight. I kind of want to focus on this turning the leg a little bit. Okay, if we just stand there, can you turn both legs? Okay, and try not to go to the heels and cheat. Okay, there you go. See if you can just turn those legs underneath you. I'm gripping a little bit of the glute.
Yep.
Okay, but I'm definitely gripping the groin to get those to turn. And I love how Pat's feet, it's almost a sense of where the inside foot is almost moving forward, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great, okay? So that's where I feel too. It's almost like my inside foot is pulling forward and my back, this outside, okay? This outside, I feel like it's almost pulling back.
Huh.
Okay, it's a sensation to have that tension, that functional tension. When I move to this, I'm almost like pulling this foot back and forward. It's a sensation of all the muscles working in time. Which in the ski turn, many times, you can take a break on that. Many times what people will do is they'll come through a turn and the heel and everything bounces his foot out. So they can't possibly be balanced to move on it. And so one of the lessons that I teach people is we're gonna work on pulling this foot under us. Okay, so, and that's what's happening with this movement here that I'm sensing is, as I'm finishing the turn here, I'm almost pulling this foot underneath, so there's a back motion that happens as I move it. So there's a lot of hamstring work as well as the inside. So let's do a few more. I'm kind of liking how this is progressing around the leg. Okay, focus on your hamstring. Okay, so your left hamstring now. Okay, focus on your left hamstring. Let's see. Yeah, your left hamstring. You're going to pull that grip, grip, grip as you turn and rotate. Okay? Now your right hamstring. Pull, grip, 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 and rotate. Okay. Now left hamstring. Pull, grip, 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 rotate. Pull, grip, grip, rotate. Keep going. Parallel feet. Left hamstring. Pull, rotate. Take a peek at the feet, Pat. I like your stance with it. You're keeping it together, Holly. Nice. Okay, grip, grip. Do you feel that action in the pulling of the hamstring?
Oh, definitely.
It's giving you some functional control over that movement. Okay, right hamstring now. And nice. Grip, 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 rotate. Left hamstring. Grip, 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 rotate. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Makes sense?
It does.
Okay.
I just have to take it with me to the
I
mountain.
know, there's so much. Well, we worked around the whole leg. So they teach us to ski with functional tension. Okay, so it's not like you're all stiff, but I am moving with tension in my body and my leg and every part of my legs at all times. Okay, so we explored how the glute, this outer side, takes some real work to come up. Right? You guys can feel that when you're squatting and coming up from the squat. You're gripping this, but we're also gripping the inside to rotate, and we're gripping the hamstring to extend and control and keep the leg underneath us for balance. Nice.
Is that your swishing noise?
Yeah, I'm switch them. See how fast I'm going?
Nice.
Going really fast.
Okay, let's go to the sitting skier and move those. That's a good old sitting down. Okay, so all that pressure control and rotation control we did. So it's all leg movement, it's all kind of leg muscles as a focus. Last week we focused on ankles. This week it's what is all controlled here. So we got the back side, the inside, and the outside. Okay? The sitting skier, if we just work out some of these, try to take and work those with your core engage. That's how does all this work with the core engage? Okay, so I want a really good separation with the knees. Okay, so if you kind of hold this position here, one really long leg and one short leg. Okay, that's where we want to end up. And then I'm going to rotate and steer, and we're going to end up with a really long and really short leg. Okay, so separate your feet way apart. Pull one knee as close as you can, the inside knee even further, yeah, as far as you can. Nice. Yep. Okay, and then we're going to press, rotate, and end up there. Press, rotate, and end up there. Nice and short. Press, rotate, okay, press, rotate, steer, press, rotate, steer, press, rotate, and steer. Okay, let's go all the way back onto your backs. That'll relieve a little bit of pressure. If you're feeling like you're arching your back, then go ahead and lay down and try it that way. I'm turning to the left, press, rotate, and turn to the right. nice short left leg, press it, rotate, steer everything to the right, nice short right leg, press, steer, rotate. Make sure that our lower back's not arching. If it is, set your feet towards the ground and try doing it with your heels dragging on the ground. Okay, turn into the right, really right short leg, short right leg, press, rotate, steer into the left. Short left leg, press, rotate, steer into the right. Okay, and then straight up in the air. You guys can probably see my feet ahead of me. Okay, so this is another one straight up in the air. Short leg, long leg. Oscillate. Oscillate. Think of the change your focus from the groin muscle. Okay, so I'm steering, I'm finished my turn to the left, I pause to the left. And I'm thinking, I got a really short left leg, and now the groin muscle is going to flex to steer to the right. Really short right leg, groin muscle. Left leg is really short, groin muscle steers, extended. Right leg, groin muscle steer, extended. Left short leg, groin muscle steer, extend. Couple tips. Yeah. I guess it is a little bit of work, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
So we all got different, the levels of muscle coordination and intelligence. It's all over the place for us.
Yeah,
And,
they're not very intelligent many days.
They're not thinkers.
No.
But as you understand and you connect just even little bits here and there, when you practice it, they'll start to come together. Your body's going to remember the correct stuff as well. Okay, the hamstrings, I play with this. If your shoulders are fine, you can come up on your heels, extend them out, and what we're going to do is we're going to tip and make this action while we're keeping our weight up. You don't, just enough so you have tension the whole time. So at your level of work, Holly's going to just be up the whole time. She's a legend.
She's not gonna last.
Okay, so, but when you're doing this, what I want to do is when it's,
Yeah, that'll work, turn around.
can you, will
Yeah,
you see that?
yeah. Kind of, maybe sort
Okay,
of.
I'll lay down so you, okay. So when I'm over to the left, for left turn, I want most of my weight on the right foot. Figured, right? When they all want Okay, so my groin, when I'm tipped, I have to really engage my groin. My hamstrings are super engaged, and my foot is medium flex. It's not pulled all the way, but it's medium flex. Okay, so the first move for the next turn is going to pressure the left leg. Okay, rotate, and you can play with it so you have your feet get oscillated a little bit. But we want to keep that pressure on the hamstring, the groin muscle, and then to the left. Okay?
So wait, are your hips off the ground all the time?
Mine are barely off the
Okay.
ground. So I'm creating, if you're strong enough to do this with your hip off all the time, then fine. Okay?
2 turns and down.
It's, yeah, it depends how hard you want to work it. Okay?
Come on, work it.
So we're working this rotation ability while we have a different kind of gravity pull on the body.
Yeah, that does grab the legs.
Oh my God.
And you can extend your legs even further out and find your balance rotating on the right leg, pressing down, rotating on the left leg. So when you switch your weight, I have my weight on my left leg, Okay, I'm gonna press this right one down while it's still on the uphill edge, right? Press it down and rotate while you got pressure on. Okay? Press the inside heel down and rotate while you have pressure on. Nice. You get to create your own level of work. I'm finding my abdominals are doing a lot, especially when my knees are tipped way down.
Yeah.
So real hollowing out. And it's giving me structure and support for my back by hollowing out. Nice.
Oh, those hamstrings. Woo!
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you take your feet up and then grab one leg, and now try to rotate that leg. It'll heat it up even more, but it gives it a nice stretch. Really hard to rotate. The question is, can you rotate and tip the foot at the same time? Okay? So if I'm rotating the inside, I'm tipping my foot to the big toe side of the foot. Rotate left leg to the outside, and I tip the foot to the big toe.
Oh.
Try it again with the right. Rotate and tip. 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 Nice. Nice. So in skiing, do you really ever think about rotating your leg? Is it conscious? Do you ever feel it?
I don't even know.
It's a hard. It's been in my learning curve. It's like, am I really rotating my leg?
Yeah.
Sometimes, when you have your weight and pressure, and a lot of people, they don't rotate their leg. Their upper body rotates, and they're just using the body weight and bend of the ski and steering. So we can get such good control over skiing if we can master rotating and steering that lower body. Super fun. Especially in powder.
Yeah.
A lot of powder.
This must make you very happy.
Yeah, right. I just got a big grin on my face with the John Deere blower. Aim it in the wind. I'll take it.
It'd be interesting to see what this winter's like. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a lot of snow.
A lot of snow.
It's more the winter, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll probably finish this off with some tuck turns. How are we on time? Oh, my camera stopped, so no recording this time. 11:24. Yeah, so tuck turns. One last verse. You already worked out.
She's still smiling.
I'll reserve some more energy next week for,
Are you recording on yours too?
I hope so. That's why I was
Yeah,
doing.
mine just died. It has me still laying on my back. Okay.
That's what we'll do when we watch the YouTube. We'll just lay on our. Well, he's still laying on his back. That's all we're supposed to do.
It's hard to lay your back with your skis on.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been there.
People exercise. Yeah.
Okay, so tuck turns, and then we'll wrap this up. Because we've gone really around the leg really well. It's feeling, how the hamstrings are involved. Okay, you know how the glutes and the outer quadriceps are involved for that extension. And then hamstrings, the backside for keeping the leg back. Okay, so skier squat.
Oh, yeah.
Right? As much as you want. Try to make your upper body as upright as you can. And then even if you don't have to go as low, don't go as low, because you want to be able to sustain some of this. Okay? So I feel weight on my heels. I don't feel too much on my toes. Okay? And with this, if imagine yourself you're on a nice flat trail like Russell Street. Okay? If I'm on Russell Street and I take If I'm across the street and I take and tip my feet to the left while I balance and move my right shoulder, keep my right shoulder in front, my skis are just going to go left. All the movement I have to do. And then I tip my feet to the left, let my shoulder lead. That's all the movement I have to do to turn across the street. Many people just skid their skis a lot. You can just go edge to edge. So as you're doing this with me, notice if your balance is moving to the big toe. You know, as you move that knee under you, you want to find most of balance on that big toe edge of the foot. Move your knee under, move your knee under. Okay? You should have a sense that you're pulling back. We're going left right now. You should have a sense that you're pulling back, gripping hamstring, and pulling under. And come up a little bit and keep it going. So you're not quite squatted. Okay? So you have the sensation of pulling back on the right, rotating. In the sense that you don't have much weight now on the left. Okay? Pulling back, rotate, back, rotate, back on the left, rotate, back on the right, rotate, back on the left, rotate. Change the focus to the groin muscle, okay? Right groin, rotate, left groin, rotate, right groin, rotate, left groin. If you progress forward a little bit, that's okay too. Rotate. Actually, I would like it if you actually walk a little bit forward. Okay, down low. Rotate, 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 rotate.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay? So, ankles, 3 different functions, right? But our body is amazing. It's amazing. The way we're wrapped with all these muscles, we can do so much stuff. And tuning into how you use the groin and those muscles, that intelligence will record in there. And when you want to turn, it'll become that you're going to go like that. You want to turn that way, you're going to turn that way. Okay, so now you know that the inside leg helps turn. This is tension, hamstring, keeps us under you so we're not that skier that has a sloppy inside ski that bounces around and can't control it. So that functional tension, hamstring, and then the outer leg for extension and coming up. There's also rotating muscles that affect rotation in the outside. Gluteus medius or minimus. Okay? The famous stretch. Who's got it? We're going to do this with a ski this year.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
What?
Yes?
It'll be in my butt.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Oh, yeah, my face will be
You can see the ski.
in snow.
So the ski will be like this, and then you'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, really?
Nice. So stretch, stretch, stretch. All develops our balance. 1 foot balance. Nice. All that twitching, ollie in the foot to maintain your balance. Yeah. That'll get more and more intelligent all the time, the more you do it. Nice.
Look at you.
Right?
Jeez.
My good foot, this is
She's
my
got it. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa. Good, good, good. And just a hamstring stretch with a little skier action. Remember the skier action. Bending the knee, moving that side forward. Bending the knee. I found a tremendous benefit to the side body stretch. Working towards not tipping it over first, but reaching high and finding the stretch and moving from as high as you can reach.